What's up and welcome in, Bulls Nation, to another edition of the CHGO Bulls Postgame Show. Deep breaths, everybody. Brought to you by PointsBet. Don't forget to use that promo code CHGO when you sign up to live your bet life. Cody, we were right there, man, on our same game parlay. I'm Matt Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. You can follow my pal Big Dave at BAW, BAWL Sports. Read the hoodie, people. You can follow us at CHGO_Bulls. Our pal Will Gottlieb will be joining us later on in tonight's episode after he hears from Billy and a couple of the players in that post-game press conference. Big Dave, I got a lot of upset Bulls fans in my mentions.
Oh, really?
Per usual. This is how it goes on a Bulls loss. But I mean, what can you say other than shaking your head and saying, "Damn, Donovan Mitchell, damn."
That's it right there. Listen, 25. If I tell you somebody's getting 25 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 7 of 9 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. That's a good game, right? That was Donovan Mitchell's third quarter. That happened in one quarter. Oh, my God. It was insane. Insane what he was doing. We talked about it in pregame because I talked about how, his shooting wasn't on the last time they played. I was like, wasn't bad. He was 2-11 from the 3-point line. Yeah. And I thought he was going to have a comeback game because I was telling Will, like, he's that kind of player that remembers those kind of things. He remembers how he plays bad. Like John Moran, like they use that stuff to kind of fuel them. But damn it, I know it's going to be rocket fuel. Man, dude, it lost his mind in the third quarter. Those shots were just dumb, man. Like, yeah, it was at that point where it takes away your fandom, and you just look at it from a basketball fan aspect.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? You just like, damn.
Right.
Like, yo.
I mean, yeah, you're right about that third quarter. I mean, he just straight up took over. And like, look, a lot of them. Any Bulls fans complaining about defense tonight? There are certain elements of the defense you can't complain about, and we'll get to it as Big Dave prepares to neuralize.
Somebody said, "Neuralize me, Amelia." I got you, Joey. There you go.
Joey needs to be neuralized after that one.
There you are.
Some of those Donovan makes were just ridiculously good offense beats good defense.
Yeah.
He had a lot of contests and a lot of guys with hands in his face, and he was just burying it anyway. 9 of 15 from behind the three-point line for the whole game. Career high in makes from behind the three-point line. By the way, the 15, a couple of those were chuckers when the game was already decided.
Yes.
It was really like he was like 9 of 12 or 9 of 13.
Yes, man.
That's insanely efficient. We mentioned during pregame that his three-point percentage had gone up 3 ticks from 35 to 38 after he came back from that concussion in January, that absence. His volume has also gone up. I was looking at his stretch of 16 games since coming back from that concussion earlier today, and in the attempts column on his three-pointers, I kept seeing like 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 12, 11. And I was like, oh, Donovan's chucking. But
feeling good, man.
If you're shooting that volume, but doing so at 38% as your team's starting point guard, you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it got started with Mike Conley. That's kind of the guy who kicked everything off of them from the three-point line tonight. Because, again, he wasn't playing that last game. I thought he would have a solid game. He came out pretty damn hot to kick off the game today from the three-point line, man. And everybody just kind of piled on from there. They finished 19 of 39 from three, 48%. 48%. Like, it's so ridiculous. That's ridiculous amount from the three-point line, man. I mean, what are you going to do with that? Like, you just shake your head at it, you put your hands in the air. But it was certain plays that, were very frustrating to watch from the Bulls' perspective. We'll get into that later. But, yeah, man, like, you got to tip your cap to Utah on what they did. And also their bench points. absolutely killed the Bulls off the bench. Well, I don't remember how many of what, 47? 47 bench points they ended up with. I think the Bulls had about 16, maybe 18.
I believe they ended with 20.
They ended with 20?
They
so
ended
that
with
means
20
the bench got some at the end.
No, so it would have been 22 total, but I didn't count the 2 that Matt Thomas or whoever the heck.
Hey!
No, I believe it was Troy Brown Jr. I didn't mean to accidentally credit your boy Matt Thomas.
I was about to lose it. I was watching that game.
No.
I don't remember that.
No, it was a Troy Brown Jr. bucket when Donovan had waved the white flag.
Yes, he did.
49 to 22 were the bench points.
That's insane. That's not good. So
Jordan Clarkson had 26 by himself.
Dude, Jordan Clarkson was
that is
killing
some
them.
bench production.
I mean, every time he got the ball, it was he's a good Antonio Blakeney. You know what I'm saying? Inversion of going up. Like when he gets the ball, it's going up, man.
That's such a weird phrase. It's like an oxymoron. What's a good Antonio Blakeney?
Jordan Clarkson.
I think you just broke my brain, Dave.
Yeah, that's what he is. It's going. I'm saying in the sense, Antonio's always going up.
Right.
With Clarkson, it's going up, but it's going in. Correct. It's going into the bucket. He really uses his size correctly, man, and that's just good, and they are always been a good 3-point shooting team. We already knew that coming in, but they were just extraordinary tonight.
Right. Our Carlo in the comments saying, for a minute there, I thought there was a good exchange of firepower between Zach and Donovan.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was.
In that first half of the third quarter, when Zach and Donovan were just going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
And they were both getting starey, mean bucket starey after bucket. Zach was attacking the basket. Donovan was hitting everything, shooting from the ski slope somewhere out there, and it was entertaining. And you could see when Zach got subbed out, about the midway mark, he did not want to come out.
And I didn't want him to come out. I was so upset. I usually don't get upset at Billy Donovan, but I was very upset at that because you saw the very next possession. What did Donovan Mitchell do? 3-pointer.
Boom.
Very next. Oh, Zach's out? Well, guess what? I'm still in.
In your face.
That's what's going to happen.
In your face.
All over again.
In your face.
Oh, just nasty. But yes, man, you wanted Zach to stay in there because you wanted your all-star against their all-star. Zach had it cooking. It's been a minute since we had seen Zach had it cooking. Matt was already throwing dirt on this man and his body. He was already ready to say he's decomposing. It was done. So to watch Zach come out there and attack in the way he did, and he did look comfortable. He looked more comfortable than I've seen him in quite a few weeks. And you could tell that he was
like
feeling
all-star
good.
Zach.
Yes.
Like the one we were talking about in pregame that we haven't seen in a while.
I mean, doing it from the outside and inside. And he was actually getting calls. That was the other thing that was very shocking to me. He was actually getting fouled. He went to the line 8 times. Even that's not normal for Zach LaVine. So, yeah, the fact he was getting those calls, he was getting to the bucket, he was hitting his 3-pointers, and in that third quarter, he's going shot for shot with Donovan Mitchell. I was very upset when Billy Donovan pulled him out of that game, man. I think it kind of turned the tide a little bit more.
Yeah, it did. Joey in the comments saying, if we don't lock in defensively and start executing at a high level, we're going to be battered in the first round worse than an abusive relationship.
Whoa. Hey.
That took a dark turn quick.
Very dark turn, man.
Real quick, yeah.
This is a positive space.
Come on, man.
This is a positive space.
We mad about sports here. Come on, dog. Relax,
We're going to neuralize that comment, guys.
Yes, my goodness.
Very good.
I mean, as far as the Bulls and the locking in defensively, Donovan, I'm seeing in my tweets after the game, did point out the Bulls' inability to control dribble penetration from Clarkson and Mitchell, which led to trapping and poor rotations. That's from Casey Johnson. So, yes, there is a certain element of the Bulls' defense did not execute perfectly tonight. But again, that Jazz team is very good at home.
Yeah.
They have a superstar caliber player in Donovan Mitchell who went to a different level of existence tonight. It sucks that it's another loss as we look around the league and see the Bulls fighting for their lives in these Eastern Conference standings that are very tight. If any Bulls fans out there are saying, woe is me, it's all over, and this is a bad loss tonight, I don't think that's a bad loss. I think you just went up against a good team in their building, and their best player was the best player on the floor tonight.
No, the bad loss was the previous game.
Correct. Sacramento?
That's the bad loss.
Remember when we lost to the Kongs?
Yeah.
That's the bad loss.
That's the bad loss because you don't feel as bad when you go in, you lose to the Utah Jazz, and that's kind of fashion. But that's why you wanted that win against Sacramento. So we kind of felt this one coming, and we felt it coming in the next game when they play Phoenix. We kind of feel it there too. But man, just looking at this, because we talked about this guy in pregame, Matt, how he wasn't doing nothing. But Nickeil Alexander Walker said, it's like he watched the pregame show and said, oh, what? Y'all forgot about me?
I said he doesn't even play 6 minutes a game. Don't worry about him.
22 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, and then goes 3 of 5 from the three-point line.
What is that?
Out of nowhere.
What is that, Quinn Snyder? Explain that to me.
Break that down. He was on fire for them, man. O'Neal, he only hit 2 threes, and that was just on. I'm sorry, he was 3 or 4. Excuse me, because he was just, and they were all baseline, just wide open when O'Neal was hitting his. That was just so crazy to me.
Was one of his the one out of that out of bounds play from the other
That's
side
what I
of
wanted
the
to
court?
talk about. That's what I wanted to talk about. What was up with that
was
play
some
right there,
Felicio
man?
shit, Dave.
Dude, man, that was
That
so
is one
frustrating.
defensive play that Bulls fans are allowed to be upset about.
Completely frustrated at that because Caruso was upset that he did not get the foul call, still over there trying to talk to the refs. And while he's talking to the refs, oh, yeah, it's a basketball game going on. And then they go ahead and they hit that 3. Game was over right there. But what was wild, Matt, that was the second time I had kind of seen that from the Bulls. The first time you saw it was when Zach LaVine went down and the ball he went up and the ball got stripped from him. Mm-hmm. And he thought he got fouled. And he stopped. The ball was still in play, but he stopped. And while he stopped, the Jazz player picks up the ball and throws it off of Zach, turns it back over. It becomes the Jazz possession right there. You can't stop playing because you're mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, get mad after the play. That's what I credited a lot of this Bulls team with this year, Matt, as far as keeping their composure, you know, as far as not getting upset or rattled and making sure that IQ was high.
Composure.
Oh, man.
Keep our composure.
Nobody panic. But they were losing. They lost their composure several times, and it was just frustrating to see them do that because it's not something I'm accustomed to seeing them do this season. It's frustrating, Matt. Breathe. I'm not mad at anybody being mad tonight, honestly. You go ahead and be upset, but I agree with Matt. If you're going to call it a bad loss, this isn't a bad loss.
They're not.
It's just a frustrating one.
This is not a bad loss, but we can still just be a little overwhelmed by where we are right now.
Yeah.
That's 7 losses in their last 9 games for the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know, going back to that 5-game losing streak,
Yeah.
couple of wins, Detroit and Cleveland, and then now 2 more losses.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our pal Mark K saying, Vooch apologist logging on for duty. Bulls trapped on defense, and the Bulls defense still got worked. I wonder why. Thank you, Mark. Anybody out there needed to hear that?
I think you do.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You want to take another little quiz tomorrow? See if we remember what we learned?
Yeah. Go
Pop
back to
quiz.
the board. Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Oh, in each other's brains. Constantly. This is not,
Can't be Keanu and Jeff Daniels, man.
Oh, how can you?
You just can't.
How can you, man? Did you want to ride a bus? How much did you not want to ride a bus after watching that movie?
It's so bad.
So
Wanted to drive a bus.
you wanted to be a bus driver after you
Yes.
saw Speed? The
Yes.
bus driver got shot. You still wanted to see?
Yes, but he survived.
That's true.
When you get to the end of the movie, you're like, oh, he got off the bus before it exploded? Got to go have himself a nice little relaxing time in a hospital room somewhere?
Or a nice relaxing with a gunshot.
Got his bullet wound bandaged up real nice? Yeah.
That is the most positive outlook on a gunshot wound I've ever heard before.
Meanwhile, Sandra Bullock's out here still making movies.
Oh, my God. She makes Speed 2.
Dude.
Speed 2 happened.
We don't have to talk about Speed 2 cruise control.
We can't talk about that, Clark?
Where's the neuralizer? Can we neuralize Speed 2 cruise control?
Here we go. It's right there.
Thank you.
Clark, what do you want to add something?
I just saw that movie for the first time, and only the end of it. Nobody ever watches Speed 2.
No.
You catch parts of it. Maybe was it Jason Patrick?
Yes.
The guy from Lost Boys,
I
right?
believe
Yes.
so,
Yes, I
Who
think
took
you're
over
right.
for Keanu.
Absolutely.
Because they asked Keanu to do Speed 2 cruise control on a boat, and he said, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, I think Willem Dafoe was in there too, wasn't he? Am I right about that?
Was he the bad guy?
I think so.
Of course he was.
Did he
think
did he
so.
play the same role, or was he named something else? Do you remember that much?
I don't.
No.
You mean like
Yeah.
the main character
Yeah.
played by Keanu?
Was he
in
playing
first-
the Keanu role?
It
or
could
was
have
he?
been. No. I don't
Jack.
think they were that insulting.
character-
This
His name
is
was
far
Jack.
too. I'm sorry. I've made this go on far too long.
Oh, dude, it's
No,
okay.
it's fine.
All right.
This
It's
is
fine.
good. You know what Bulls fans needs? Distractions after a loss.
Major
And by
ones.
Bulls fans, I mean myself.
Man, dude.
Let's talk about Speed 2, you guys.
Oh my goodness! But also dealing with this game, man. Rudy Gobert. My goodness, the monstrous game he had on the rebounds was insane. From the beginning, from the first quarter, man, I believe he kicked off with like a quick 5 rebounds in like 4 minutes.
Oh, my gosh. The 12.5 over rebounds that our pal Cody and I took tonight as part of our parlay, he was one shy of it at halftime.
Yeah.
At 12 boards at half.
At the half, man. My God. But yeah, you're right. My man said, they got pick and roll to death. Yeah, like you saw the two teams that's all they do is run the pick and roll. But there are also two teams who are not good at stopping the pick and roll. Difference was that the Jazz had Donovan Mitchell, and he was exquisite tonight. And they had their three-point shooting, which was amazing. And those bench points were incredible. And the Bulls did not have that. They had Zach LaVine, who had, a great night. He really did. 33 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. I love the way he was playing defense, especially early on in that first quarter, how he was jumping those passing lanes. I thought he did a really good job of that. And DeRozan, he got started kind of late in that fourth quarter. He was trying to find his way. And in that fourth quarter, he's like, oh, yeah, I am king in the fourth. That's kind of what I do. So that's when you started seeing him pick it up. But you saw guys like our guy Vooch, who struggled, from the field. 0-6 from the three-point line, man. I don't mind him shooting threes, but I would like to hit one of them. That's a thing.
If he's going to shoot him, he's got to hit one of them.
Just one.
Iceman saying Vooch playing soft needs to play more in the paint. How often do we hear Stacey say that? Stacey might not be right about everything when he's talking about Vooch, talking about the defensive end, but offensively, he is not wrong about because I think it does get Vooch going. When he gets a couple of good looks inside, and it brings up his confidence a little bit. But, man, 0 of 6, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Mikhail Gardner saying Vooch got to stop shooting so many threes. Yeah, 0 of 6 from downtown. I sometimes wonder if that element to Vooch's game, that was, the big man floor spacer, who's also a pretty solid facilitator offensively, that role where they ran everything through him in Orlando. If the 40% beyond the arc part of that was just like flash in the pan, a fool's gold, a quick little blip of, wow, out of nowhere, this player has this amazing season or half a season or season and a third of shooting that kind of clip from behind the three-point line, but they really can't maintain it consistently throughout their career once they reach that point. And Vooch this season has not been a consistent three-point shooter at any point.
I'll say the only counter I have to that is this is the worst he's done it. Like, you know what I mean? He hasn't been this bad shooting from the three-point line, like hitting absolutely nothing. I think one of the reasons also he took so many threes was Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert being in the post. Rudy Gobert is not going to come out there and guard you at the three-point line. No, he's going to stay in the paint. That's just what he's going to do.
Right.
And plus having to go up against him in the post is also a formidable task also. So he's going to give you that three. You shoot. Your percentage says you can shoot that three. He's going to take those shots. They were wide open. Like they were open three-point shots. And he stepped into them with rhythm and all that. But he was just clanging them. He could not hit any of those.
We got to get to a couple more thoughts. I wanted to talk about Ayo, the night he had.
Yeah.
Kind of was an up and down night for Ayo. Anthony, we'll get to your comment and a few others as well. Before we do that,
what's up?
Big Dave, tell the people about the PointsBet.
Oh.
You see how much fun I was having watching that game tonight?
You did. The joy that was on this man's face tonight. And you know why? Because he was on that PointsBet app. And you wanted to use that code CHGO. And you can use that code CHGO and sign up with PointsBet. And that will support the CHGO people here, y'all. Y'all will be looking out for us doing things like that. And because you're looking out for us, we're going to look out for y'all. And PointsBet is going to look out for you too. Because if you do that right now, you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. No. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you will receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free T-shirt of your choice from that CHGO locker. Oh, pick one. What you want? You want the Bulls? You want the White Sox? You want the Sky? Which one? There's so many dope ones to choose from, man. That's 2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, a free T-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making a $50 first-time deposit on PointsBet. Live college basketball same game parlay. Did you hear what I said to you? For the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, you can build the perfect live same game parlay only on PointsBet. Combine your favorite bets anytime during the game. And if you want more, because I know you do, you can also boost your live same game parlay. So you watch live, parlay live, and boost live, all with PointsBet. And you can sign up right now in Illinois. You don't have to leave the house. You can do it right now. Sign up for free in Illinois, right there on that phone, baby, right there on your desktop or your laptop or your tablet. You can sign up, download that app right now, register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. Plus, during PointsBet's March Madness, all users can earn up to $100 in free bets during each round, y'all. Not just the first, second, or third, all them rounds. Just place $50 pregame wager and get a free $20 bet to be used for that round. So what the hell are you waiting for? Oh, threw that Jay-Z in there. Once the game starts, you don't just bet, you live your bet life. That's what Will would say with PointsBet. Yes!
There it is, people. Oh, we are. In the time it took you to read that ad, we are going off the rails.
Oh,
Nathan saying that Vooch trade is going to set us back a couple of years.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, are the Bulls playoff bound for the first time in 5 years?
Fifth.
Is he a part of the reason for that?
Guys.
I'm sorry, would you rather have Wendell and Wagner on a team with 18 wins right now? Is that how it's going to set us back a couple of years? People here, Dave. This
is why I want to do the segment on the couch so bad, because I just want to put Bulls Nation on the couch, man. We got to talk them off this. If Matt is over here telling you trying to talk you off the ledge, I spend the majority of my life trying to talk my man down off the ledge, all right? If he's telling you to chill, you need to chill. What's up, Clark?
Guys, it's off the rails in the chat, as you mentioned. We have it two completely different trains of thought. Earlier, Iceman mentions, can we please start Tristan over Javante? He's just too small. He's not a power forward. Then
we've seen it already.
I don't know.
We already saw it. Starting Tristan and Vooch together. We saw playing them together lineup. It went horribly.
It did not work.
Especially with Vooch not hitting his threes right now. The spacing was horrible.
It was.
Huge flaw.
And have we not, Tristan actually looks comfortable in that role coming off the bench, does he not?
Well,
right.
He looks very comfortable.
Then soon after that, we get from Anthony, is Thompson getting too much playing time?
Coming from all angles tonight, Clark.
Tone.
We're getting it from all angles.
Over the place.
FeastIsFamine.com, my man.
Oh, my
God, man.
and then Colin comes in out of left field saying the Bulls sure could have used Lowry Markkanen tonight. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. The original Lowry comment was from Bull Don't Lie. Colin saying the Bulls sure could have used Lowry Markkanen for the 4 effing years we had him. Oh, it's late on a Wednesday night, Bulls fans, and we are enjoying your company.
Oh, my God, I love y'all so much. Y'all the best.
I love also that Collins Abbey is a very distinguished-looking primate of some kind.
It is.
With a dope-ass mustache.
Yes, and a derby. Is that a derby?
It looks to be a derby.
Is he a monocle as well?
Is that Smokey? Is that an interpretation of Smokey the Bear?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. An artist rendition of Smokey the Bear.
It's an artist rendition of Speed 2.
Oh, yes. No, it can't be, because Speed 2 was horrible and that looks cool. So I don't know about that one. I'm going to go with Smokey, though. I'm going to go with Smokey with the mustache. But yeah, man, look, Bulls fans. Listen, y'all can't be this off the rails with it yet. I felt you on the bad loss against Sacramento. I feel you on that. They're playing elite teams right now. The Jazz are elite. Do you know the Bulls have not beat them since 2016 in Utah? That's a thing.
That was a lot of years ago.
That's a lot of years ago. And if you say that's a lot of years, that's a ton of years. Look at what Milwaukee Bucks did. 2001 was the last time they won in Utah. They won a title in that time, and they still couldn't win in Utah. All right? It's hard for them to do that. Unless you have Mike when it was going to struggle. All right? That's just how the case was going to be. So, but yes, Utah is a really great team who shot the ball really, really incredibly well. And so because of that, you lost. And those defensive lapses they had. But, man, dude, you just want to see them be better, man. But You wanted to get on Ayo. Excuse me. I just want you to touch on Ayo.
Yeah, I'm going to have just a fine time just interacting with the chaos that just went down in the comments.
Oh, my God. It was just blowing up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
People are playing some of the hits. Oh, the Bulls lost like tonight tells you they're guaranteed first-round exit.
Like, I be forgetting the Bulls have 40 wins. I got to be forgetting that. I look at their record sometimes like, wait a minute, is this the Derrick Rose? Yes, I really be forgetting that when I look at their record.
Dude, Jashish2K in the comments said, how do y'all stay calm? I literally punched my wall from this game.
Why?
Hey,
bruh,
calm down.
Relax.
Calm down.
You don't need to hurt yourself, man.
This is someone telling you
this dude
that I have punched many a walls watching Bulls basketball in my day. I've broken several remote controls.
He has.
I legit one time snapped a broom over my knee.
Bo Jackson.
I have taken out my anger and aggression and frustration on a lot of inanimate objects when it comes to Bulls basketball over the years of my fandom.
Yes.
But this game, the Bulls go into an elite team like Utah on their floor, and Donovan Mitchell has a career night. And, there are reasons to be encouraged. Zach LaVine looking great, looking healthy, looking aggressive, putting up 33.
He did.
There are silver linings to take from this game. This is the game that makes you punch a hole in your wall?
I'm going to need you to not do that. I'm going to need you to not do that. Bulls ain't worth property damage at this moment. Listen, man, if playoffs, if you're mad and they lose on the last second shot or anything like that, okay, fine. Go ahead, wreck it, be mad. I wasn't mad that Matt was mad when the double doink happened. I understand it. It was the playoffs. It was the double doink. I encouraged it. I was like, well, I just don't want you laying on the floor in a bar. That was the only issue I didn't want. But be as angry as you want to be. I feel all that. But, guys, you got to relax on this one, man. They're playing a tough team. Because what are you going to do when they play Phoenix on Friday? y'all know how good they are? Like, it might look a little worse against Phoenix. That is a real possibility.
If they don't win that game, Dave, then that's it. I'm quitting my Bulls fandom if they can't beat the Suns. That is it. That's the last straw for me. I'm walking out the door.
Oh, wait.
But not before I punch a hole in it.
I do want to know if he punched a hole into the wall, though. I do want to know that. If he just punched the wall, if he actually punched a hole in it. Because you seem like you punch a wall, it's going to be a hole in that joint. With the rage.
An equal or greater hole in my fists that is then assembled with a bunch of bruised and broken bones.
You've had some athletic greens, sir. You're full of strength right now.
I feel like freaking Popeye right now.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
So I chug some athletic greens.
Yeah, it could be blue, though, because blue, though, was rage. So, yeah, it might be. This might not be a good thing.
Oh, my goodness. So, Ayo, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ayo. Clark said, oh, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Clark.
So, real quick, Ayo stat line tonight, 31 minutes, 6 of 11 for 15 points, 6 dimes, 3 boards, only 1 turnover.
Yeah.
Minus 13. I thought in the first half that Ayo looked tentative.
Yeah, agreed.
I thought in the second half he looked more assertive, more confident, but I also saw a distinction between Ayo looking hesitant and bad in the half-court offense tonight, Dave, versus Ayo looking very competent and aggressive and confident in transition tonight.
Oh, no question about it.
A couple of those transition Ayo buckets, I was like, I blinked and he scored.
Yeah, the blur that he is insane. And obviously that's where he's more comfortable. It's where he's always been more comfortable, right? In the transition, that's where he's also awesome at those passes that he makes. Also, where he's, like you said, using that speed. The way he runs the lane is perfect. You know, he knows those angles really, really well, man. But you're right. I think the tentative, I'm going to give Gobert credit as well on that as to why a lot of those Bulls guards were also tentative about shooting those mid-range shots. When they would get anywhere near the paint, as soon as they just saw that number 27, they were like, oh, behind the back, over the shoulder. And they were a little more tentative on that. But as the game went on, Ayo got a little bit better and calmed down a little bit more. And again, man, I'm just impressed when he does those things because it's his first year in the NBA, and the fact you don't have to really be taught that is important. Now, he did make that rookie mistake early on when he fouled that three-point shooter again. We see him do that a couple times this season.
Right.
And we just need him to stop that. There was no reason for him to come back and try to defend from the baseline. We come in from out of bounds and try to defend on that one. But outside of that and, you know, him being a little more tentative because of the defense being played, I liked how he looked tonight.
Just kind of, you know, a couple of moments where you think he had space to drive and chose not to, kick it out. A couple of opportunities where maybe you thought he had an opportunity for a little, you know, mid-range pull-up that he didn't take. swinging the ball instead of looking to see if he had to look at the basket. And, again, for all of the talk about rookie walls and maybe that Ayo has hit one or has kind of ran through a couple in the last month or so.
Yeah.
When we're nitpicking stuff like this about Ayo, I feel like everybody has to keep in mind just how much it's nitpicking and that being a good thing.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, he's a second-round draft pick rookie who has shown far more growth than moments where he looks like a tentative, unsure rookie.
Okay, I feel
he looks more often like a established vet who knows what he's doing than there are moments where he looks hesitant, confused, unsure of himself.
Fair.
The good far outweighs the bad in that respect with Ayo.
Okay.
And I think that Bulls fans should always remember that.
Yeah, okay, that's very fair, and you're absolutely right about that. Again, like I said, he's doing things that you just kind of have to know. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that point guard position. He's just doing things that veterans already know to do. Like, you either got it or you don't kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And he's been doing it all season long, which is wild. The consistency of it has been really, really amazing, man. So, no, I've been really impressed with him. I was concerned. Remember, we were concerned about his three-point shooting. We talked about it in the pregame.
Right.
Because we saw, it had been, just up and down since that All-Star break.
Right. And then ice cold against the Kings.
Yeah, man. A lot of things different since that All-Star break for a couple players. But, yeah, since that All-Star break, he had been just real up and down. Like you said, ice cold, was 0 for 5 against the Kings. Not tonight. Came in, 2 or 3. His first one that he shot, was just super confident when he took that shot, man, and hit it. So, yeah, man, I just love the way he plays, and I love watching Ayo play for this team.
Oh, I love this. We got some constructive criticism in the comments, Dave.
Okay, let's
Emily Jordan saying the reason this podcast has not become more successful is that they continually make excuses for the Bulls and players.
This one?
People want honest, unscripted opinions.
Wait,
not
this one?
Homer opinions.
Wait, word? This one?
Well,
the one with Marquez, Will, and Matt? This one?
First off, we've been on this platform for a week. So, yes,
fair
I'm
enough.
sorry that we don't have 100,000 YouTube subscribers already.
Fair enough. Make sure you subscribe to CHGO Bulls on YouTube.
Oh, you know me. Nothing but a Homer opinions coming out of my mouth, Dave.
Like, I don't know about that one, Ilf. Like, I don't know about that one. Like, straight up, man. If anybody's been giving it to the Bulls all these years, this guy right here. And you toss Marquez in there. And you toss my man Will in there. And come on, man. No. Like, guys been keeping it real.
It's not all bad, right? Like, Robert jumped in and said this podcast is the North Star for Bulls Nation. Otherwise, we would all be going into lockdown again. Whoa.
I appreciate that, Robert.
When it comes to the positivity that Dave and I have expressed recently, even after a loss like tonight, look, we read the Bulls the riot act when they lost the Kings on Monday because that was a bad loss.
It's a bad loss.
When a loss is a bad loss, we call it a bad loss.
Call it what it is.
When a loss tonight is just a loss where you got outplayed by a good team.
We talk about speed too.
Then we talk about speed too. And we talk about the good things and the bad things that come from that game.
Yeah.
And I can't find it, but I think it was Anthony in the comments who said, like, Bulls fans need to remind themselves that this is season 1 of washing away seasons of multiple seasons.
Sound like
of,
me, baby.
And he called it mediocrity. I would say mediocrity is generous.
Very nice.
The Bulls are spending this season trying to achieve something new, washing away multiple seasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of embarrassing, not mediocrity, but incompetence and trash ass basketball.
Yeah.
That does not happen overnight. That does not happen at the snap of a finger. It does not happen in 2/3 of a season.
Yeah, no.
Bulls, that is the silver lining and the positive spin that I'm giving on this Bulls season for Bulls fans who freak out even more than I do.
But it's like I've said many a day we were doing our podcast, man. Like, it's like being in the desert for 4 years. You come out and somebody gives you water and you're like, is this Avion? Like, you can't complain about this, man. This is insane. I remember the trash that we sat through. I was there. We saw it. This is amazing right now. This is my favorite season in the past 4 or 5 years. My God, I am enjoying this. Please enjoy this, y'all. I understand this is tough. This is a tough stretch, dealing with injuries. Guys aren't playing their best. It's a lot of things to break down. And matter of fact, Marquez and Will break it down so beautifully, man. Make sure you read what they're writing on allchgo.com, guys. It's amazing what they're doing out there. And also the Peck can go there as well. But I'm saying they understand also what kind of season this is for the Bulls, man. This is brand new. Everything they're doing is brand new. This is still a young team who is not used to winning. None of them are used to playing meaningful games this late, except for DeMar DeRozan, Tristan Thompson, and Alex Caruso. That's including your favorite Alonzo Ball, all of them. None of them are used to playing meaningful basketball this late. This is all part of the learning experience. You don't cheat the process. You have to go through these growing pains and these steps to get to where we need to get to. And you must trust AK and Mark Eversley. It's just what it is, man. You have to trust them. They know what they're doing. Have they not shown you this? All right.
Oh, Clark, I know you didn't just put the name on our screen that I thought you put on our screen.
What did he do? What did Clark do?
Oh, my
I don't know, but
Clark,
I
what did
think
you do,
I saw a
Clark?
comment that had the word that starts with a B.
No,
and
you
ends in
didn't.
an N.
You didn't do it.
You
You didn't do it, Clark.
I did it. It was me. It was all me. Oh, neuralize it. Let's take care of it.
Let's take care of it.
The man needs to be neuralized.
Do you see? This is my third time using this today. I've used this 3 times.
When I get home tonight, I'll have a shot because I did it. Is that the rule? A shot for mentioning it?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take push-ups
Yeah.
though right now. You want to do some push-ups or no?
I apologize.
Push up, shot, push up, shot.
Oh, there
push
you
up,
go.
Shot. There you go.
I don't know how many push-ups I could do, guys.
Okay.
Over under 5.5.
Looking at you, I say
I was literally
7.
I was literally going to say I'll give you 5.
I'll give you 7.
I'll give myself 5. I'm
All
putting
right.
us on the same plane.
I'll give you 7, bro. I'll give you 7.
What about
Okay.
you? How many push-ups can you do?
don't know,
Like
like-
consecutively?
Like 20 something.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I
20.
believe you.
Like 20 something. It's true. Literally, it's true. I'm not
Big
lying
Dave
to
has
you.
all kinds of inner strength to channel when he needs to.
You know, I'm a teddy bear, but I'm
I-
still a bear.
I like this comment from Clutch, and then we'll move on. The anger comes from the overhype in the beginning. People thought they were title contenders.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
That's it. That's the comment.
Oh, okay.
I
I thought it was
agree
more.
with that sentiment of that comment. Bulls fans saw the team in the top seed in the East for a few weeks and thought, we're going to the finals. Just like, no.
Isn't that how it happens, though? You top seed in the East, you go to the finals? That's not a thing, though.
Ask the 2010-11 Chicago Bulls.
Oh.
Ask the 2011-12 Chicago Bulls.
Yeah,
I loved those trips to the finals.
I never thought that. So I think that's why I was surprised that was being said. But you're probably right. A lot of people saw that and was like, we're the best team in the world. We're title contenders. I feel that. I understand that. That's fine. But at no point did I think that. I mean, you know, this team is who they are. They are within the learning process of it. And they're dealing with the injuries, and they're playing this ridiculously brutal schedule. And it's not one of the most brutal schedules in the NBA. It is the most brutal schedule in the NBA right now, man. It's tough.
All right. We mentioned it before, and we're going to mention it again. Today's episode brought to you by that awesome thing called PointsBet.
Oh,
You guys,
you
you're
see the
missing
shoulders.
out. And here's the thing. If you enjoyed this unpopular podcast we have here and want to see it become more popular and help CHGO grow, the best way to do that right now is for you to download the PointsBet app and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Sign up. Not only are you going to get those 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000,
Yeah.
but if you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership. That's like a huge bonus. That means unlocking all of our exclusive content, like our written work from Will and from Marquez, the Big Dave was talking about. Plus, we got a fresh pecking order dropping on Friday. You know you want to read that.
Trademark.
Plus, you know you want a free CHGO t-shirt.
Who wouldn't?
Pick one out of any of the awesome t-shirts we have in our CHGO locker. Plus, if you ever have any questions or need some help, email us pointsbet@allchgo.com and we will help you out. And in case you missed it, in case you missed Dave mention it, online sign up available in Illinois right now. Sign up on your phone.
On your phone.
Takes 2 seconds.
Dose.
So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. And you know I'm coming back with another same game parlay on Friday, Dave.
Oh, you gonna hit him with the double?
Me and my boy Cody, shout out to Cody, his 5-leg same game parlay that I used tonight, 1 assist and 1 rebound shy.
That's it.
Right there.
You were right there. You was right there.
If Donovan Mitchell had just passed the ball off instead of chucking up the last couple of those shots.
Yeah,
and DeMar had one more rebound.
Dude, that last one that Donovan Mitchell took, like, dude, everybody was out of the game. Nobody was in. He was like,
dude, he did the Carlson.
Like, he just threw that joint. He was like, I don't care. Whatever. I'm hot. I'm throwing this joint in there, man. Good and then immediately out the game. Immediately out the game after that. And I also wanted to mention this, man, because I talked about Coby White in the pregame. And I thought, he was kind of struggling a little bit. It was the inconsistent Coby was rearing his head again. It's someone I haven't seen a lot of this season. I saw him at the beginning when he was getting reacclimated to basketball, and people were like, "Get him out! He's traded." I'm like, "Yeah, he ain't played in 6 months. Just give him a second." And then he just went on a double-digit scoring streak. I mean, like 13 or 14 straight games with the double-digit points. And matter of fact, it was 7 straight games right before the All-Star break, including 31 during that last game before they hit the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break, he had not had back-to-back double-digit scoring games. It was either 9 and 15 or 3 and 15 like that. Tonight, he broke that streak. He did have those back-to-back double-digit scoring, but it came early. We didn't hear a lot from Coby as the game went on later on, but he came out hot, and he was hitting his threes early. But as it went on, and again, I'll credit Rudy Gobert with some of this because Coby is a guy who likes to go to the paint, but his shot just wasn't falling. He just didn't have it later on, but he had it early on and he broke that streak. But I need to see that Coby back again, man, because they need that scoring. It is imperative when he's out there that he has to get that scoring.
It looked for a while like he was maybe going to have one of those nights.
It did.
A couple of those threes that he hit them, and you're like, oh, Kobe's getting that feeling.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
And, and it's a shame because, again, Utah shot damn near 50% from behind the three-point line as a team tonight. It wasn't just Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
The Bulls, as we've talked about, are in sore need of more three-point shooting volume,
right? Especially
with Lonzo still on the shelf. Alex, can occasionally hit threes, but, he did not hit anything tonight. Also, hopefully, knock on wood, he did appear to aggravate that wrist.
Right.
In the game, came out, was holding his wrist and kind of moving it around a little bit. He talked about it after the game, as did Billy Donovan. It sounds like, there's no risk of this being like fractured or anything, knock on wood again.
Right.
It is fully healed. It's just that it's still a little stiff and a little sore.
Yeah. That's all you can really hope for, right?
In the meantime, like Alex Caruso still has some rust on his shot.
He does.
And Derrick Jones Jr., bless his heart, can't hit the broadside of a barn right now.
Remember when he was hitting that?
I do, yeah. I remember when Derrick was hitting those threes. I remember when Javonte was hitting those threes with regularity.
Yeah, man.
And it's just not happening right now. Nobody on this team other than Zach LaVine, occasionally Ayo, occasionally Coby can knock down threes, and it is a problem.
It's an issue, man. And this is why we need Lonzo back. This is very, very important. Patrick Williams, we get him back. He can shoot threes. I don't know at what clip he can shoot threes because we haven't seen a lot of him to even have that kind of estimation of his skill. But it would be good to find out, once he gets back.
It would also be good if Vooch didn't go 0 for 6.
That would help as well. That would
you hear that, Emily? That one was for you. Vooch, behind the three-point line tonight, trash. That was for you, Emily.
Trash.
Come back again.
Come on back.
Come back again. So you can hear us talk more trash about Vooch, which is apparently what gets you going.
Let me get you some love, too, because, I got plenty of love. It's what I do, man.
Plenty of love from him. Looking ahead, Dave. I'm scared to look ahead. Do you want to
I know.
Do you want to look ahead? I don't want to look ahead.
Not really, but let's take a peek. Let's just look. Let's peek. Let's just take a quick peek about what's going on ahead.
We got the Suns on deck.
Yeah, Suns on deck.
On deck.
I'm a little worried and concerned. Are you worried about again, I'm going to ask you this again. Are you worried about the loss? Are you worried about Cameron Payne going off? I'm going to ask you this again.
Cameron Payne can't hurt me anymore. Other than if he goes off and he is part of the reason the Suns beat the Bulls on Friday.
That's what I mean.
And then he can hurt me a little bit. But he can't hurt me nearly as much as he did when he failed at basketball in a Bulls jersey.
He did fail at basketball.
That is a different world of hurt, Dave, and you know it.
It was a different world, man. And speaking of different, here comes that man, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's that man?
Where's his music?
Where's the drum roll?
Where's his music?
You know what? The drum roll's not. It's not rolling. Hang on. Wait. Maybe now. Maybe now. Yeah. There you go. You guys got it.
I just gave you the manual drum roll.
Let's get on. Let's get on over there. There it is.
There you go. I gave you a
Mr.
song.
Gottlieb.
I gave you a song.
Join in the crew here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Follow Will Gottlieb on Twitter at Won't Gottlieb. Will, hey buddy.
Hey guys.
It was like forever since we saw you right after the game ended.
It has been a long 20, 30 minutes.
What was going on in postgame tonight? My goodness.
You know, nothing major coming out of it. I think people are a little disappointed. Everybody seemed to be happy with the effort more than the execution. For me, I think the Bulls played pretty well through like the first 2.5 quarters. And, you know, they defended Donovan as well as anybody could. He was just making some incredibly tough shots. Then you start trapping, then you start hedging, then you start blitzing, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, everything just collapses. He's kicking it out, corner threes, and the wheels just fell off. So it just kind of spiraled. But I really don't think it was that bad of a performance overall. Just, you know, they kind of let go of the rope.
What I saw Caruso was one of those guys being interviewed. I'm sure someone asked him about his wrist or anything like that.
Yeah, he said it's sore. It's definitely not 100%, but he's playing through it.
So
Not much more than that. He hit it a few times.
Join the club.
Yeah, I think-
Zach LaVine, president. Alex Caruso, now vice president.
Here's more.
It hurts. It's not all great, but we're playing through it.
More fodder for the Zach injury concern was that Billy pulled him a little bit before he pulled the rest of the starters towards the end of the game there, around 4 minutes. And basically, Rob Schaefer of NBC Sports asked him why he did that. And he said that he saw him limping a little bit. I went and looked back on the play, and, you know, he looked a little gimpy. Not, you know, first of all, Zach had an incredible game. He looked like he was tired, and he was definitely like not looking his best, but he said he was fine. Billy just made the decision to pull him. It's really too bad, though, because I thought Zach was...
See what you did. See
sorry,
that, Will?
Matt.
You see what
sorry,
happens
Matt.
when you can't give this man this stuff right here.
Zach was
I
the
wanted
best
you to-
bright spot of tonight.
I wanted you to hear it from me first.
Zach
so you didn't,
playing like that
you
is
didn't just...
the big
Wanted
reason
you to
I
hear it from
feel
Mom
as
and Dad
okay
first.
as I do. Oh, my God.
And you're totally right. I mean, he had his
What's the
best
lake
game.
temp tonight? I'm going to go jump in Lake Michigan. Holy frick. Oh, my God.
Wim Hof over here.
This is what happens, man. This is what happens.
First the athletic greens, and now jumping in the lake.
Hey, man, the athletic greens were delicious.
Yes, but now you're doing two things I haven't seen you
It's
do.
just things that, you know, that shock the system.
I'm proud.
I'm not used to putting healthy stuff in my body.
I'm not used to this
I'm
energy.
not
Everybody's gotta start
used to
somewhere.
all
I'm
this
used to
torment.
being
with-
healthy and having nutrients and vitamins inside me. That's
Shout
all I
out
do.
to my hero, Chris Farley.
Yes, man.
Oh, God.
It was
So, did he mention anything about him being on the injury report leading up to Friday against Phoenix?
Same deal. They're going to take it day by day.
Great.
Pain management. He's clearly just not going to be right for the rest of this year. But I think it was actually encouraging for me to see that he still sort of has this in him, even if he's not going to be 100%. So there are going to be days where he needs a game off, or, you know, where a 5-day weekend would serve him well. And hopefully he'll have the chance to do that, because when the playoffs start, he won't. But at least he still has this gear in him somewhere.
What did the players have to say about Donovan Mitchell in this game?
That he's just Donovan Mitchell. He got hot. You defend him as well as you can, and like, great offense beats great defense any day of the week. So when he gets on a heater like that, I mean, literally a career high in threes.
Right.
He doesn't do this every night.
No, he does not.
Yeah, there's
Just being
only so
amazing.
much you can do. And like I said, I think when that started to happen, they started to foul. They were late in their rotations. Other guys started getting threes, and just the wheels fell off. There was like a swing there where, you know, it could have been like a 5-point game could have turned into like a 2 or 3 point game, and instead it was like 10 in a matter of 2 possessions. So these things happen. You're playing against a really good team, and like I said, I think the game plan was there. The effort was there today for me. I thought like they didn't come out super flat and wait to turn it on.
Yeah.
And today was more a matter of execution.
Looking ahead to Phoenix. Help.
Friday night, another late one.
9 p.m. Central Time tip-off.
Yeah.
Bulls Suns. And now you're 0-2 on this little West Coast trip.
Yeah.
With the biggest challenge ahead of you.
Not going to be fun. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be fun at all. That team is a machine. Out of all the teams the Bulls have played, I mean the teams in the West Coast and those elite teams that they've lost to, watching them and what they did to the Chicago Bulls, the execution and just the way they ran their plays, it was a symphony. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful
surgical
music. Yes.
And what's scary is, obviously Chris Paul's like top 3 or 4 point guard of all time, like one of the just greatest players to ever play. And they're obviously not quite as good, but they haven't really skipped a beat. They're playing at such a high level with Cameron Payne back there just facilitating, grabbing 11 assists per game.
Good God.
No, but I mean, he seriously is playing well.
He
Obviously,
is.
Booker is just like, I always say, like, when you get to that finals level and even if you like lose, you can either just come out the next season and crumble, or you can take it up a notch. And that's what he's done. He's awesome. He's amazing. And I love the confidence that he's playing with, and that he's been able to like shake that narrative that Zach has been stuck with. The same thing where he's just like an empty calorie scorer on a bad team. So he's playing awesome. I really enjoy Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton. They're a really fun team to watch. But yeah, I mean, just because they don't have Chris Paul does not mean it's going to be a very easy game.
No, and also
they're really good.
Biyombo's been really good for them as well. JaVale McGee,
I saw somebody in the comments earlier on in tonight's show saying Biyombo's going to be the next rando player to light the Bulls up.
Dude, he's been playing great.
It does happen.
He really has been playing really, really well, man. So shout out to him, man. And for donating his salary to his home country, to the Congo, man.
Yes,
I
saw
that.
That was very,
that's
very
really
good for
amazing
him.
for
That
him
was very
doing
cool.
that, man. Seriously.
Clutch in the comments saying, will the Bulls maintain the 4 spot in the standings? Let's wrap up there, gentlemen, and take this quick look. As we are wrapping up here, the Bucks, after flirting with choking against the Kongs following the Bulls' lead there, they do have a 5-point lead now with just under a minute to go.
Okay.
So it looks like the Bucks are going to avoid catastrophe there. The Sixers held on and beat the Cavs in a close contest there. Nets fell to the Mavs.
They did.
And Celtics stomped the Warriors. 110-88 was that final.
Yes.
So are the Bulls holding on to that 4 seed? Nope. After that Celtics game went final, the Bulls are now officially in 5th, half a game behind Boston. They are now a game and a half behind Philly, 2 games behind Milwaukee, and 2 games clear of Cleveland, who also lost tonight.
Yes. In that 5th seed, man. Still hanging on.
Is the mentality now just like hang on? I mean, because like 3 hours ago, I was still optimistic that like, yes, in all likelihood, you're looking at best the 4 or 5 seed.
Right.
But now I just feel, I mean, like there was an opportunity here to try to move up and get that 3 seed. I was still holding out hope.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
now
of swimming in cold waters, Jack tried to hang on with Rose, and it didn't work out so hot. So,
He went back to speed, too.
No. When I told myself I needed to go jump in Lake Michigan.
Oh, man, I
because
thought we
was
were going
very
to speed,
upset.
too, again.
Different boat. Different boat,
different.
Dave.
Thank you.
Different
Thank
boat.
you very
Different
much.
boat.
Yeah,
I heard
different
Jack.
boat. There was
That
a
just threw me.
door. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that just threw me right there. Yeah, we talked about
Titanic.
speed earlier.
Titanic, Dave.
Dude, you missed some great
We
tangents.
had a long conversation.
I always do. I'll catch up on it. I always listen the next morning.
Oh, man. Yeah, but it should be ugly Friday night, personally, for me. That's just honestly how I feel. I just feel like watching them and how they execute. They haven't lost that step since Chris Paul has been out, as far as, just how they play. Just a well-oiled machine. And as I say all the time, with what he did with Cameron Payne, Monty Williams is the coach of the year every year, period, from this day forward on, man, for what he did with him. So, yeah, it's going to be something to watch, man. Hopefully DeRozan can, get back to those levels, because struggle is the wrong word, but he just hasn't been at that Zeus level. He's been human, subhuman. You know what I'm
I
saying?
told you right after the game wrapped up, I'm like, hi, we should talk about tomorrow having kind of an off night. And then I looked and it was like 25 on 10 of 20.
Right, exactly.
Well,
That's an off
he
night.
had a really bad start. I mean, like,
Yes.
I wrote about this for tomorrow morning, so go check that out. But he just like wasn't even looking at the rim. He was not driving at all, and it's just because Gobert is standing there like a menace. And Zach was really the only one that was attacking the basket. So DeMar is like pulling up from the elbow, doesn't even look at at these driving lanes, and he started out pretty slow. And then in the 4th quarter, he was just like, okay, I gotta do DeMar things and hit 5 mid-rangers in a row, which he did, of course. But I think outside of those, the game as a whole for him was not very good.
Yeah, those threes were better than the twos because they were trading baskets. The Bulls couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop
The Bulls are up against math quite a lot.
Yes.
I was told there would be no math.
You were.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Wrapping us up in the comments, it's Emily again.
Hey, Emily.
The Bulls will be the 6th or 7th seed by the end. NBA mediocrity.
Oh,
Well,
Emily going
that should make you
hard.
feel comfortable because,
Yeah.
YouTube commenter mediocrity. Mediocrity. There you go. There's a sandwich for you. Sandwich of mediocrity. Everybody's in their comfort zones. Mediocrity.
Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens. Got me pumping tonight.
got the blood pumping. Gets the people
The
going.
energy that you get from Athletic Greens is obviously real.
Oh,
it's
obviously.
real.
Look at
It's
him.
real.
Look at
I'm
him,
ready to
man.
go.
Would you say you're jacked and juiced?
Oh,
And you ruined it.
and here comes
You
number
ruined
4.
it.
There's number 4
Neuralize.
right there.
Neuralize this man.
There it
Neuralize this man
is.
immediately.
All right. This is the 4th time this thing is
You literally
scalding
have
hot.
bulls across your chest right
Oh,
now.
it won't stop. It won't stop.
I have
Set it to
Chicago
stun.
across my
Your heart
chest,
is
sir.
beautiful and your soul is majestic.
Set this to stun.
That's it. Everybody, go get some sleep. Enjoy your tomorrow. We'll have a live, fresh podcast episode for you guys tomorrow afternoon, I believe 5 p.m. Chicago time. Come say hi to us then, and then we'll try again on Friday.
Why not?
But in the meantime, sign up for a CHGO membership if you haven't already to get your free t-shirt, to get your exclusive content from Will Gottlieb and our amazing team of writers here at CHGO covering all of Chicago's sports teams. And use that promo code CHGO when you sign up for that PointsBet account. For Will and Dave and our amazing producer, Clark.
Hey,
I'm
Clark.
Matt.
Hey.
Say we love you, Bulls Nation. Sometimes we tease you. Sometimes we tease ourselves.
But we love you.
We're all in this together.
Yes.
See you right. Be good. Peace.